Good evening, everyone. We had started the meeting at 7 o'clock and we had a need for an executive session. So we went into executive session and just came out of it. So now that we're out of executive session, we'll proceed with our agenda and go with the Pledge of Allegiance. Right. So. All right, great. So it looks like we've got a slew of presentations coming up over the next couple of meetings, so I'm looking forward to that. Superintendent comments, Dr. Forte?
I don't have any comments tonight.
All right, thank you. Assistant Superintendent comments, Dr. Cullis?
First, an update on kindergarten registration. We are currently at 167 students. At Lakeview, we have 79, Riverview 57, 9 in the flex zone, and 22 coming from preschool, not yet placed. Other exciting news, the day we come back from our spring break, there is a partial solar eclipse. So that is April 8th. It occurs in the afternoon, just about dismissal time. So a letter will be going home this week. We were able to get enough glasses for all of the students to be able to have a pair and go home and observe with their families. But a letter just going through safety protocols and a little bit about the eclipse is going home this week in Friday folders, as well as the principals are sending that home. So I hope everyone has an opportunity to go and see that with their families. This concludes Assistant Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Cullis. Definitely exciting time.
And the letter that Dr. Cullis is referring to is in the comment section of the executive, if you'd like to take a look at it. I thought it was really well done.
Great, thank you. Business Administrator comments, Ms. Gorowski, if you have any comments.
The New Jersey School Board Association Workshop 2024 will be offered October 21st to the 24th. It will be a 4-day full of training opportunities. Anybody interested in attending, please let me know. You can email me or let me know verbally. Thank you.
For any board members who haven't attended yet, I strongly suggest you try to. It is a very rewarding experience from my perspective or my opinion. So, okay, we are going to open up public comments at this time. It is 7:36 p.m. We are now open for public comments. If you are online and watching our YouTube video or our presentation, please feel free to state your name and address on the, wait, do we do that? Yeah, we have public comments on the video conference call, right? So yeah, state your name and address and let us know if you have a comment that you might have that want to share or ask. Okay, seeing no questions or comments, I'm going to close open public comments at 7:37 p.m. and we'll continue on with our agenda, old business action to be taken. Mrs. Zadelis, would you like to take us through old business, please?
Sure. The following resolutions have been recommended by the Superintendent of Schools to the Board of Education for approval. I move to approve the following resolutions under old business. A, let it be resolved that the board approve the following reports from February 2024, the Treasurer of School Monies and the Board Secretary reports. B, the education reports, report of student enrollment for February 2024, the report of health office from February 2024, and the adjustments to the 2023-2024 district calendar. just so everyone knows, June 14th and 17th will become early dismissal days, and June 17th will be the last day of school, if no additional emergency closings are needed. Approval for HIB case RB 232403, and then the minutes for February 12th and February 26th.
Second.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anderson. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Aidelis,
Yes.
Dr. Aruna Jatasan,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Okay, Dr. Runajitasan, you want to take us through personnel, please? Action to be taken, new business?
If there is no objection, I'd like to move the following items. Under A, personnel one, there are several ones that are for extra pay for additional services rendered, and there is some for vacation cash-in, and there is one for school enrichment class, which is to be paid through registration fees, and there's one for Denville Accelerated Learning Academy that's also funded through Title I and Title III. And there is also a couple of items in the addendum, a resignation of a teacher, and also for a new hire, one all the way through A through O. And then there are several items that are for leave, 2 through 5, and 6. Item number 6 is approval of holiday calendar. And item number 7 is approval of termination of an employment. 8 is for the mentoring and training of the school bus driver. And there are several that's further down, which is also for leave. And hiring of 2 substitutes in item number 10. So,
I'll second.
Thank you. Questions or comments?
Dr. Carlos, there may be, I don't know if the board is familiar with the DALA portion of it, if you could make some comments there. I think that was pretty interesting.
We're able to continue our Denville Accelerated Learning Academy this summer. We had a lot of interest from parents. We did survey to see if they would be able to, or were interested in paying $60 per week to attend. We did get enough response back. We are subsidizing it with title money, so it is keeping the cost fairly low and able to still run the program for 3 hours a day for 5 weeks. So we're happy
Thank
to
you.
continue that.
Great, thank you. Seeing no other questions or comments, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes, I'll abstain from number 7 and yes to the rest.
Mrs. Aidelis,
Yes.
Dr. Aruna Jatasan,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Dr. Moore, you want to take us through instruction and program, please?
Yes, I'd like to move the following resolutions under instruction and program. Under number 1A, to virtually attend the 2024 NJSHA Annual Convention. Number 2 is to approve Mary Oates to provide professional development to Morris Catholic High School. Number 3 is to approve the attached list of field trips. Number 4 is to approve a student to complete 5 observation hours at Valley View. And number 5 is to approve a student to complete 5 observation hours at Riverview.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Aidelis,
Yes.
Dr. Aruna Jatasan,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Okay, moving on through the agenda. Number C, Finance. Mr. Anderson, could you take us through that, please?
Sure. If there are no objections, I'd like to move under C, Finance. Item number 1, which is our checks list. Number 2, which is an advertisement for bid for solicitation of the sale of a mobile stand or equipment. Number 3, donation of $2,500 from the Denville Education Foundation to support the Blues and Beyond program at Valley View Middle School. Number 4, which is the board-approved Mathnasium of Denville to provide tutoring services to select students, for the remainder of the 23-24 school year. Number 5 is the board to approve the donation of new books valued at approximately $1,000, as well as future book donations to the Riverview Library from parent Alexander Moran of Simon & Schuster Publishing Company. Number 6, approve the donation of 127 gift cards valued at $25 each, totaling $3,175 from the Alberson Foundation, Kings and Acme Markets. Number 7 is the board to approve the donation of a kit of small, dry, average soil sites for urban sites that contains 550 plugs and 2 shrubs for Cass Urban Mead. Number 8 is to board to approve the attached 2024 or summer 2024 and school year 24-25 enrichment program take place at Riverview and Lakeview schools. Number 9 is for the board to approve the donation of Rhode Island maple tree from Morris County Farms to be planted at the Upper Plaza at Lakeview School in honor of Cheryl Granito, valued at $500. Number 10 is for the board to approve the publish an advertisement to solicit proposals for the request for proposal process in accordance with New Jersey school contract law and federal code for school behavioral services. And number 11 is for the board to approve Horizon staffing resources to provide temporary personnel as needed for the 24-25 school year. And then, as you'll see on the addendum, item number 12 is a settlement agreement with a student.
I'll second.
Thank you. Questions or comments?
Just a quick thank you to several donations. I think we mentioned some of these before, but at our previous meeting, but obviously donation from the Denville Education Foundation, donation from a parent, Alexander Moran of Simon & Schuster for some books, and obviously the donation from the Alberson Foundation. And then finally, I was very happy to see the maple tree donation. If those of you do not know, Mrs. Granito was Canadian, so maple trees have a particular connection to Mrs. Granito.
Yeah, I found that quite touching, and I was curious, do we already have a site for that? Wasn't sure where on Lakeview that might go.
It's going in the Upper Plaza, which is one of the courtyards at Lakeview.
Courtyards, okay. I look forward to that. I guess you'll have more information down the line as to when it'd be planted and stuff like that, but I too am truly grateful for all these donations. The donations of the 127 gift cards, is that going to some sort of like gift bag, or where will that be? What is that for?
So if you've ever shopped at King's or at Acme, there's a little thing where it says, would you like to donate money to the local charities? So over the years, our people in our area have donated, and we've gotten these before. This time's a large group. So what we're doing is I've been bringing them to the schools. I gave some to social services to hand out to people in need. And that's basically what we do. We've done these collections before, and we've passed them out to people in need. The schools will often tell me, because we started doing this, so they will come to me and say, we know of a family that's really struggling. Do you have anything for them? So we at least give them these kinds of things. Denville Social Services does as well. And I wanted to give Denville Social Services a few because I asked him specifically if he could use them for people with children in the schools, and he said no problem. So we'll just keep doing that. It's been a pretty nice thing that we're able to try to help some of the people that are local like this.
Yeah, thank you. It's a significant donation. 127 $25 gift cards is tremendous. So thank you for the community for supporting that as well.
Just a quick note, Dr. Forte, I don't know, I actually haven't seen it at the Acme in town. So if there is some sort of little sign or something, maybe we could take a picture of it and put it on our social media, just saying, hey, people don't realize where that goes, right? Maybe they made a donation and then they can see the benefit of it. So I don't know, just an idea to kind of throw out there, or at least saying a special thank you to them. I think it's important to see that what they donated maybe coming to the community is actually going to help our community.
That's a good idea. We'll put it in the Friday folder too. Every time somebody donates something, they get a personalized letter from me on these cool like postcards we bought, and it has like the emblem on it and everything. We try to always do that every time somebody donates.
That's great. Thank you. All right, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Aidelis,
Yes.
Dr. Aruna Jatasan,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Mr. Cass, can you take us through operations, please?
Be glad to. Item number 1, transportation, nothing to move for the board. Building and grounds, number 2. 2.1 is on the recommendation of the school business administrator. The Board of Education approves membership in the following national purchasing cooperative. It'll be Keystone Purchasing Network, AKA KPN, located in Milton, Pennsylvania. KPN is an authorized cooperative purchasing organization that coordinates many public sector contracts ordered by lead agencies throughout the country. .2, I'm asking the board to approve the attached lease with Lakeland Hills YMCA to provide aftercare and before care from September 1st, 2024 up to June 30th, 2026. And the rental fees are noted below. $32,000 annually for the 2024-2025 school years and $34,000 annually for the 2025-2026 school year. 2.3 is for the board to approve the attached proposal from Lakeland Surveying for survey services and topography and reference to the Nicole Drive property and the amounts of $13,500. 2.4 is for the board to approve an advertisement for a bid solicitation for competitive bid pricing in accordance with NJSA 18A:18A-21, parens A, parens B, bid number 01-WSF-2024 for window security film purchase and installation. 2.5 is for the board to approve the use of the following facilities during the summer of 2024. Lakeview Elementary School for ESY, DALA, and enrichment. At Riverview Elementary School for Pro Sports Experience Football Camp in cooperation with Denville Township. At Valley View Middle School for Denville Township Recreation Department camps. Under technology, item 3.1 is for the board to approve, to authorize the business administrator to dispose of the attached list of obsolete non-functional district equipment. The attachment had 12 desktop CPUs, 2 smart boards, 1 dock camera, and 2 lobby guard kiosks.
Second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? If there are none, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Aidelis,
Yes.
Dr. Aruna Jatasan,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Okay, that leads us into the good of a cause, committee reports, correspondence, discussion items. Board highlights. Do you want to include the gift cards as a board highlight as well, Dr. Forte?
This is what I have. I have the donations of, I said all the donations, reapprove the lease with the Lakeland Hills Y, all the upcoming presentations, and the calendar update. And the eclipse.
Yes.
I just want to, bless you, I just want to thank the students at Valley View for putting on the play this past weekend. We were able to go and enjoy it. They did Annie Jr., which was excellent. It was it was perfect. They did really well. So thank you to the teachers and all the performers and the orchestra. I mean, incredibly impressed by the whole thing. So thank you.
Yeah, I was able to attend that as well. I got to the Saturday evening show. Fortunately, it had stopped raining by that time. So, and I definitely wanted to congratulate Mrs. McCaughlin on a wonderful job, and the rest of the staff and the students. So, I was quite impressed with their performance. It was truly enjoyable.
I attended the Riverview PTA meeting on March 20th, and this was an impressive group of people there. They multitasked, and they were working on the tricky tray where we ran the meeting. They could do both at the same time. So a couple of things I did pick up that are worthy of reporting to the board. So they talked about the Columbia Literacy Workshop, and after I guess some lobbying for a long, long time, it's going to be a virtual option for that too, rather than doing it in person. So that'll make it easier for some people that want to attend that. Mrs. T thanked all the PTA for the parent support, for the compassion campaign being done by the third grade. Another good thing that she talked about is that the Buddy L Foundation and that trains, it's called the Well Project. So in third world countries there where water is really a precious resource, we take it for granted here in our country, but there it's a precious resource that really improves lives. So, and the Riverview is involved with that, and it's called the Oasis Project. So they're working on that for a fundraiser, and they're also, Mrs. T, remind everybody of the Person of the Year award that's coming up. One thing they did ask me about the bus, I talked to them about, what was going on our end with the budget and the topographical survey, and also the challenges we have under the transportation that we're working on there. But I just wanted my memory refreshed here. Driver training for the training for our bus drivers, we picked that up with some caveats that they have to stay employed for, I guess it's a year.
We train them, and we do have a contract that they have to stay with the district for 2 years.
2 years, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to wing it. So I will go back and report that to them the next time. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I have just a few announcements, and then we'll be looking to close. But Charlene, our New Jersey School Board's representative, mailed out the superintendent CSA evaluation. So if the board members can start taking a look at that. I was able to attend. Dr. Forte was there. The Morris County School Board's Unsung Heroes nomination ceremony. And Mr. Corman did a wonderful job nominating the Valley View student, Mark Tierson Jean-Louis. So he is going to be one of many middle school students that are going to be evaluated for a scholarship and an Unsung Hero Award. There are 2 delegate assembly resolutions that I submitted. So I'm working with school boards to see if they are going to present it to the rest of the delegate assembly. And finally, the February enrollment number that I give out monthly is 1701. There were 1,701 students enrolled in our district. So. Great. There's nothing else for the good of the cause. We'll go ahead and open up public comments at 7:58 p.m.
No one on the website.
Okay, so seeing no one in the chambers and no one watching virtually, we will close open public comments at 7:58 p.m. There is no need for a second executive, so
Move to adjourn.
all right. I heard Mr. Cass with a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you very much. Good evening, and have a wonderful night, everyone.